and welcome. If it's your first time here, I'm glad you've joined. If you're returning, then you know the drill. I'm Clive Gilson, your fireside storyteller, and this is Tales from the World's Firesides, where ancient legends, lost folk tales, and strange myths get new life. Today's tale is from the Caribbean. It's a story called Tiger's Breakfast, and it's an Anansi story. So hit the like button if you can, pour some tea, and let's dive in. Tiger's Breakfast. Once, in the lush hills where the morning mist hung thick over the trees and the parrots chattered like gossiping neighbours, there lived a clever spider named Anansi. Though small in size, he was known far and wide for his sharp wit, slippery tongue, and unmatched appetite. Now, Tiger, large, fierce, and proud, lived just down the river bank. He was a creature of strength and habit, and each morning, without fail, he prepared a rich and hearty breakfast of roasted breadfruit, salted fish, sweet yam mash, and wild honey fresh from the hives. The scent alone was enough to make your stomach turn somersaults. Anansi, ever the opportunist, made it his business to arrive at Tiger's house each morning just as breakfast was being served. "Brother Tiger," Anansi would say, puffing out his chest as if he'd just happened by, "your breakfast smells sweeter than a Sunday blessing." Tiger, good-natured and not the brightest of beasts, always invited Anansi in to share, and share he did, though Anansi, by some miracle of charm, always seemed to eat twice as much as Tiger himself. But after a week of this, Tiger grew curious. "Brother Anansi," he said, licking honey from his paws, "you've been enjoying my breakfast plenty lately. When will you return the favour and host me at your home?" Anansi grinned, his 8 eyes glinting with mischief. "Ah, brother Tiger, tomorrow is the day. But listen carefully. When you arrive, if you hear noise, plates clinking, me humming, or calling out, then come straight in, because breakfast is on. But if all is silent, it means, well, I'm not ready, and you mustn't come in then." Tiger nodded, none the wiser. The next morning, Tiger arrived at Anansi's crooked little house on the edge of the bush. He stopped to listen. Not a sound. He thought. Quiet. Best not go in. But inside, Anansi was already halfway through his meal, smacking his lips and licking the bowls clean and chuckling to himself. Later, Tiger returned. "Brother Anansi," he said, "I heard nothing. Did I miss breakfast?" Anansi nodded solemnly. "Oh, brother Tiger, you know how it is. When a man's eating properly, he can't be making noise, now can he? All that chewing and swallowing, it takes concentration." Tiger scratched his head, but didn't argue. "Don't worry," Anansi added quickly. "Come back tomorrow, and this time I'll teach you a little breakfast song. When I say Nyami, 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 you say Nyam is what I eat. That way you'll know when to join me." The next day Tiger came again. Inside, Anansi was singing Nyami, Nyami, Nyami. So Tiger, standing outside, shouted happily, "Nyam is what I eat." But Anansi didn't let him in. "Oh dear," he muttered through a mouthful of roasted plantain. "Poor Tiger's timing is all off." Again Tiger got nothing. Again Anansi ate enough for 2, but Tiger was no fool, at least not forever, and he began to suspect his friend's trickery and resolved to play his own game. The following day, Anansi returned to Tiger's home. As usual, Tiger laid out a fine breakfast, but this time, as Anansi filled his plate greedily, he asked, "Brother Tiger, where do you find such fine meat every morning? Your table is always full." Tiger leaned in, his voice low and serious. "It's no ordinary trick, my friend. When I see a cow resting on the hillside, I sneak up and slip my paw into its belly and pull out the tripe. That way, I always have meat. Anansi's eyes widened. He could almost taste the rich stew he'd make. You don't say. He left quickly, already plotting. That very evening he crept up the hillside where a plump cow lay dozing in the grass. Anansi tiptoed up, humming to himself, and, with great effort, pushed one spindly leg into the cow's belly. But the moment he did, the cow awoke with a snort. Startled, the beast bolted down the hill, dragging poor Anansi behind, his leg stuck fast. "Oh, brother cow, please don't shut me in. Let me out. Ugh," he cried, but the cow only galloped faster, crashing through bushes and bouncing over rocks, dragging Anansi through mud, briars, and creek water. By the time he was flung loose, bruised, battered, and dizzy, the sun was already high in the sky, and he lay flat on his back, staring at the clouds, groaning. And from that day on, Anansi's belly, once dark and round, was pale and scraped white from all the stones and gravel he'd been dragged across. That, they say, is why Anansi the spider has a white patch on his belly to this very day. So the next time someone tries to teach you out of breakfast, remember, every trickster gets their turn. And that's a wrap on The Tiger's Breakfast. This tale comes from Martha Warren Beckwith's Jamaica Anansi stories, published in 1924, and this one is as told by Richard Morgan of the Santa Cruz Mountains. Thanks for hanging out. If this story made you smile, shiver, or think of your grandma's old tales, then stick around. There's plenty more coming along. I've got full collections from the Middle East, from Asia, and beyond, and you can find them on Amazon at the link at the bottom of the screen. If you're curious about the voice behind the mic, then drop by clivegilson.com. I'm always happy to connect. If you did enjoy this, then please do hit the like button or subscribe and share it with a friend or two. Anybody who loves magical tales and sort of twisty folklore, every click helps keep the fire crackling here and more stories coming online. Till next time, though, stay curious, stay cozy, and keep the stories flowing. I'll catch you in the next one. Goodbye for now.